again, everyone. So we're on step 2 of our bread making. Just to recap, we use 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 1/4 cups of lukewarm water, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 2 teaspoons of oil. Remember that the 1 1/4 of lukewarm water was loosely based on how the dough was coming together. So here we are. I'm going to take my bread out of its bowl, put a little flour on the board here, and see if I can just dump it out. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, and again, you need some flour because it's still kind of sticky. We're just going to take this. It's also got oil on the outside. And I'm going to just use my rolling pin. You don't have to use a rolling pin if you don't want to. But I'm just going to do that to kind of get the same kind of thickness with it. So you just gently roll it to be able to get kind of the same thickness here. Again, this is all very, very simple. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Okay, now I'm going to cut this into about 8 pieces. For our video purposes, I'm just going to work with 1 of these. I know it's only in 4. Now, you can actually take this shape if you want, pop it right in the pan. But you might want to make it a little bit different shape. So I'm just going to demonstrate how you can make it a circle if you wanted to do. I'm actually not very good at this step, so bear with me a little bit. That's good. All right, so I'm taking this over. I have a pan that's been heating with some oil in it. All I have to do is drop this in. There's a little sizzle. I'm just going to wash my hands off with the flour while it cooks. This bread is really good for dipping into hummus. You could use it as a sandwich. My daughter says it tastes like a grilled cheese sandwich on the outside without the cheese. And it doesn't take very long. You can make it every day. I'm going to turn the fire up just a bit. And so you can see how it's starting to bubble up a little bit. We tried this last week and there was none left at the end of the day. So I've got a plate here, just with a paper towel, because when it comes out of the pan, it will have some oil on it. You just might want to take off some of that excess oil. Just going to lift this up and see how it's doing. It's a little pale. I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer. And if you want to know how I make homemade hummus, I can do that on another video. It's actually very easy. Brought some over to my neighbors. All right, let's see how this is going. Normally, I'd let it go a little bit longer to get a little browner, but for our purposes, this is all you do. So I've put a little olive oil in this pan, let it heat up. You can use any pan you want. I happen to use a non-stick. And all I'm going to do is cook that and put my next ones on, get them ready. You can even put this on 1 paper towel and then put another paper towel on top of it. I think this is the hardest part, is just waiting. But I love this recipe because you don't have to fuss with yeast. There are usually ingredients you probably have already in your pantry. And if you're not afraid of getting your hands a little sticky, I imagine you could probably use this as pizza dough if you wanted. I think pizza dough has more yeast in it. But this is something very, very simple. I'm going to show you the other side now. This is probably what it should look like on the first side when you get it done at home. That's all there is. Enjoy it, let it cool. You can store it in a plastic bag and try it at home.